The economics of global climate change does not behave according to free market forces for several reasons. A. Divergent national interests distort global markets for goods or services. B. Monopolies or cartels control the supply of some goods or services. C. Other relevant goods or services are free and invite indiscriminate use. D. Crucial information about many goods or services is sparse, uncertain, or not publicly available. E. Processes span several generations of human beings. The previous video segment discussed how divergent national interests distort global markets for goods or services. The following continues with the 4 other reasons. The major points of this segment are: utilities that supply electricity and natural gas are natural monopolies that do not encourage mitigation of greenhouse gas emissions. Monopolies or cartels are responsible for major emissions of greenhouse gases, particularly the utilities that supply electricity and natural gas. These are natural monopolies because one provider can provide a local market more efficiently than multiple providers can. Utilities benefit from economies of scale because of their high capital costs, but relatively constant direct costs. Capital costs include those of acquiring land, constructing facilities, and purchasing equipment. Direct costs include those of materials, labor, and maintenance to produce a unit of a good or service. Moreover, these utilities provide services that are largely homogeneous. A watt of electricity from one company should be indistinguishable from a watt of electricity from another company. Economies of scale, together with homogeneity of services, acts as barriers to any company attempting to enter a market in a new locality. The newcomer has difficulty not only in competing on price, but also in distinguishing its product from that already available. Natural monopolies tend to expand and form cartels that surreptitiously collude and manipulate markets. For example, by the end of the 1920s, 3 electric power utility companies controlled half of the industry in the United States and were guilty of stock watering, capital inflation, misuse of subsidies, and dubious accounting. When consumers no longer tolerate such improper behavior, governments intervene. They may break up a company into smaller entities such as AT&T, appoint or elect commissions to regulate private companies such as the California Public Utility Commission, take over segments of an industry such as Los Angeles Water and Power, or negotiate trade agreements with international entities. The following section examines electric power utilities because of their large contribution to greenhouse gas emissions. This industry has vacillated between regulation and deregulation and between public ownership and privatization during its century of existence. Its successes might suggest the most effective economic policies for addressing global climate change.